Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at some more top fun weapons. Basically, the sniper rifles that he has, some of the machine guns, and some of the pistols that he sent me. Now, right away, I will tell you, I didn't purchase these. These were sent to me. But as I've always said, I'm going to give you an unbiased opinion of them, tell you what I think. That is what you guys want, and that is even what he wanted. So anyway, we're going to take a look at it. And I thought this is a perfect time because this rifle looks a lot like the Dragunov that came with the actual Cobra Trooper. And now that they just dropped these Cobra Troopers, BBTS got them. There'll be other places to get them. I figured it's a perfect time to show them off with this rifle. And there's two different ones. One is painted, one is just black. So anyway, we're going to get into this. If you are interested in any of the weapons, I will be posting a link to his website down in the description, so go down there. But before we do, watch through the video and then you decide if this is something you want to invest some money into. Now, before I get started, take a second. If you like this type of stuff, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop some sort of 3D weapons video, because I've been doing a lot. Now let's get to this. Okay, so here's the first sniper rifle we're going to be looking at, and I believe this is the Dragunov or something very similar to it. Okay, now you can see I already have them in the sniper pose, or as the casual collector calls it, that's Coco Smooth, the casual collector, the sexy sniper pose. So I'm going to show you, before I take, rather than take that off, show you a painted version of it. Okay, so this I really think looks good. The wood paint looks, in my opinion, really nice. I love the worn gunmetal that he has. There you got the sniper there. It is a slightly bent, but again, 3D printed. All you got to do, heat it up in some hot water, straighten it out by just kind of pulling on it like this, and then hit it with cold water, and it will go back to exactly where it needs to be. So this is a nice looking rifle, and I thought it is perfect to bring out while these Cobra Troopers just came out. And unfortunately, the weapon that Hasbro gives is the sniper rifle that came with Spirit, and unfortunately it's very, very flimsy. So I think this looks really good with the Cobra Trooper. The one thing I do have to say that is problematic in some ways is getting the hand, getting the trigger in here, and then also getting the thumb behind here. And that's just because this is plastic. All right, it's not pliable like an actual hand. It doesn't move around. So if you look here, he's not really gripping it all that well, although you can't tell in photography. But it is something that can kind of take some time while you're trying to mess around with. That is the only gun, that is the only one of these guns that I've used so far. So I did just want to kind of point that out. All right, put this over here. So then we'll take a look at this sniper rifle. And now the bipod is already in position. It doesn't move, it doesn't articulate up and down, and it doesn't come off. Hopefully that's something that maybe he will go in later on and change. I really like this rifle. You got the suppressor on it. You got your nice scope on it. Again, there are no removable magazines. That's awesome that Gridiron does that, but you don't need every rifle to do that because you're not doing every picture. But looking at this, the design looks really good. All right. It almost looks like this one was printed maybe on a different printer, or it's newer. There is that small line right down the middle there. But all in all, it looks good. And we will take our shooter here. And this is another 3D printed weapon from somebody that sent me. He doesn't sell them, so I'm not going to discuss him. But if we want Shooter to have a nice weapon, because we all know Shooter has the absolute worst, I can't say the absolute, one of the worst Hasbro guns. Well, here is a nice change for you. And once again, you can get her in the sexy sniper pose. And of course you get the bipod, so you're going to want to look for places that you can kind of lay them down if possible. Her head doesn't articulate up enough, so you might want to use it on maybe one of the Cobra Troopers. If you've seen my pictures, you can get that in that position. But this is another nice looking sniper rifle. Put that over there. And then we got this big long beast, and it does come with a suppressor that's removable. Now I thought when I first kind of slotted it on there, it seemed like it held on. It does stay on, but it is rather loose. It comes off fairly easy, so you might want to use some nail polish, put it around there just to create a nice little base, maybe on the inside, and then when you pop it on there, you won't have the issue. It'll stay on. All right, the bipod here is in the fixed position of going forward. It doesn't move up or down. It is all aesthetic looking. Here you have a giant scope. All right, so you can tell they're kind of connected together. I'm assuming to give you a maximum sight in it. Here you have your bolt. All right, nice grip over here, and then you got this wonderful looking stock. And everything, in my opinion, looks really good on this. All right, so here, same thing. You do have the grip up front, so you don't have to worry if you're going to be running with it. All in all, I really like this rifle. It is a big, massive one. Let's grab our low light, and you can see what I gave him was Naugahyde's sniper rifle, which was his original sniper rifle. We're going to throw this thing on here. And as you can see, they do have pretty good durability. All right. Anytime you're messing with 3D printed stuff, you do know that you're always risking breaking it. Hasbro, you're never going to have to worry about breaking anything, as that stuff is so soft and pliable. So there you go with that. And you can see we can get a wonderful pose. And I do like having the grip over here. Not something you normally see. But let's be honest, when it comes to an action figure, it makes it a lot easier to pose rather than wrap it underneath their hand. So there you go. Another giant sniper rifle, which I think looks awesome. All right. Can I pose? Can I stand him? There you go. So there's a good one for that. Get this out of our way. And then we'll take a look at this machine gun, which I believe is a foreign machine gun. It does have a little bit of a bend to it. Now, once again, 3D printed, you sometimes will get this bend. It is really hot here. All right. And a lot of weapons were sent to me. So when you get a lot kind of packed into a box, sometimes you just get a slight bend. All you got to do is heat it up with hot water, not boiling, just hot water. Again, straighten it, cool it down with some cold water, and you're good. So this is the painted version. Stock is painted. Again, I mentioned how I really like this brown. It really gives you that wood feel. Then you have your gunmetal that's all painted throughout it. I do like having the green ammo canister. It just pops. There's no doubt about it. It just gives it a better feel. There's your bullets, painted all gold. And again, bipod does not move up and down. I didn't forget to mention there are ports for blast effects. All right, handle is painted brown. So all in all, this is a nice looking weapon. And if you get someone that can kind of look up, and maybe we'll mess with it with this guy here. All right, so we have one of the Cobra Troopers, and see how well. I'm gonna bend that finger out, get in that trigger. There you go. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk about how the snipers need to look up, and I agree. Some of the older figures have no issues looking up. So all you have to do is find a way that you want to pose them, and then you can have them looking up pretty well and laying down. Maybe use one of these that I got from the dollar store. But all in all, Nice looking. You get some nice shots from it. And again, I think this weapon fits for Cobra absolutely perfect. And then we get what I believe is a saw. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the description. I'm sure John from Top Fun will let me know. Again, a fixed bipod. You have the port for blast effects. It does have a scope on it. And then you have the big ammo canister and some painted bullets. And the painted bullets really make it go far. With a little bit of paint here, I would have loved to see maybe a little bit more paint on it, but I'm not going to complain all that much. All right? Now, I'm not going to complain at all. I'm not. But you do have this nice little design throughout it. You don't see a lot of layers on it, which is really good. All right? And grab one of these new guys here and throw this on it. Just kind of see how he can pose with it. All right. Not the greatest, and it has nothing to do with the gun. It has to do with this big old vest that he's walking around with. But all in all, look at that. Doesn't look that bad. Again, this vest is just a pain in the ass. So, oh, this isn't even the new one. I thought I had the new one up here somewhere. Oh yeah, he's right there. He's a better figure. Much better buck. I was looking at those pin joints going, man, oh man. So this is the Steel Core Commander. Now the gold bullets kind of go with his outfit here. Now this guy I'm probably going to really struggle with. Just for the fact that he has these... I didn't take the pauldrons off him. So this was a bad example. Should have left it on the other one. All in all, you can see how it looks. Again, I think these are nice weapons. All right, there's not too many complaints. They're at a reasonable price, and like I said, I will drop a link in the description so you can pick some up. So now let's take a look at some of these pistols that they have out here. So the first one we're going to look at is this pistol here. It's got the sight. Now hopefully one day he'll get to the point where this is kind of hollowed out. You got the port for blast effects, but it has the extended magazines. And there is something very aesthetically pleasing to me about extended magazines. It's not the best for a holster. Hasbro loves to do it with their G.I. Joes, and it kind of gets in the way of posing if you have to sit a figure, but we're not sitting these figures. If you're going to be posing this with this pistol, I think it's actually going to look pretty nice. You can grab long-necked Duke here, who is rocking this Top Fun weapon, which I think just goes awesome with the Tiger Force. If I remember correctly, I believe Coco Smooth also agreed, saying that they look really good. So, you can see it fits in the trigger guard, no problem. And there you go. Not even getting into the butterfly joints. I've already discussed that numerous times. So, good looking pistol, good looking figure. All right. And then we have another sidearm with a big suppressor on it. Again, it's not removable. All in all, it does look good. This is kind of bland to me. I'm probably going to paint a little bit, probably the suppressor more than anything. I don't really mind the gun all that much, but I got some new paint markers that I'm going to try and mess around with. It does have a port for blast effects. It looks a little shallow, so I'm not sure if one's going to fit in there, but you know what I say about suppressors, they're actually supposed to suppress the blast effect, so you don't really want to see the blast. Then we have Han Solo's weapon. I always say that. This type of weapon, it just reminds me of something that Han Solo had. Alright, nice suppressor on it. I do like the detail on it, so I think this looks pretty good. Matter of fact, I believe that's a flashlight on the bottom. This actually isn't the gun that I was thinking it was. This just has an attachment on the bottom. which I do believe is a flashlight. If I'm wrong, or maybe a laser spotter, laser scope. So, all in all, another nice looking weapon. And then we have this one. Another suppressor built on it. Ooh, man. I didn't really look at this. I like this one. This one really pops to me. Again, all in all, real good. Trigger guard. There is no trigger. I haven't seen, I don't believe any of these really have triggers, and I'm fine with that. Because if you have triggers, it's G.I. Joe, you just kind of have it right there. But if you have a trigger that sticks out, it's going to break. And let's be honest, spending lots of money on toys, 3D printed stuff, the last thing you want is for things to break. So I think this looks pretty good on her. I wonder how well. So here's the pistol she comes with. Doesn't look bad. It's got the light on the bottom. So she looks pretty good with this. I think I might just arm her with both of these and get rid of. Ooh, that's an actual pretty good shot. So now, if we take a look at the holster here. Don't think it's gonna. I think you could probably push it through, but with it being 3D printed, it's one of those things where you don't really want to. You don't want to pressure it, force it. Yet here I'm going to try it. So if you actually squeeze it here and pop it open, man, it actually looks pretty good. So, Shooter, you're getting new weapons today. Just so you know. Yeah, I'm talking to the figure like she's real, but she's getting new weapons. So, enjoy it, Shooter. It doesn't happen every day. All right, let's wrap this up. All right, so there you have it. Another round of Top Fun Retro Toys, his guns. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, 2 machine guns, a few snipers, and some pistols. And again, I think everything looks really good. These 3D printers are getting better and better as we go along each year, which is to be expected. It's really about the ones that are going to put a lot of time and effort into it. And I really do think that he is. I've talked to him a lot. He sends me a lot of stuff that he's coming out with or that he's working on. And I think it's all stuff you're going to enjoy because some of the stuff is stuff that people aren't doing. You know, we have this, I mean, I showed you the Spam cans over here, which I really like. All right, you get these Spam cans that come out, right? Awesome. And I didn't know what a Spam can was. I had to look it up, and it's ammunition wrapped in a Spam-like container so they don't get wet and ruined. Awesome. Who else is doing this? I'm sure someone is, but I don't know. But the detail that he puts into it, all the 3D printed on it, and then obviously the paint, looks really awesome. He's doing this all on his own, okay? So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. You know what to do. First, go down into the description, click that link to his website and order some stuff. Why not? We love guns. I mean, we love pew-pews. Oh man, can't use that word either. We love things that shoot. Man, no matter what I do, it comes out to be the exact same. Anyway, go down there, order some, because let's be honest. G.I. Joe, Hasbro, you've gotten better. You're not great yet. End of story. That's why these 3D printers that are doing stuff, and they're going to give you a lot more stuff, and maybe there's just one weapon you're like, that's awesome. Maybe like a Viper weapon, like the Viper gun. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. You know what to do. Take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Top Fun video, a 3D printed weapons video, or G.I. Joe or something else. Now don't go anywhere. Up here is going to be another video for all the Top Fun guns that I've done, and down here will be a playlist for Top Fun stuff. Take care.